এবং এ কারণে আমি ঘরপোড়া গরুর মতন কিছু একটা আন্দাজ করতে পারছি।
Many Indian media outlets have portrayed Bangladesh as a fundamentalist and Taliban-like state after Sheikh Hasina's 15 years of autocratic regime collapsed. Numerous reports claim that Bangladeshi minorities are being targeted by Islamist forces and that a Hindu genocide is underway. But how valid are these claims? Bangladeshi theatre artist and activist Deepak Kumar Goswami, who was on the streets during the July uprising in Bangladesh, decided to investigate these claims firsthand. His documentary, published by Indian media The Wire, attempts to reveal the real picture.
Indian media has portrayed Hasina as a protector of Hindu interests in Bangladesh.
Deepak acknowledges that being a Hindu in Bangladesh is not a black and white story. During his childhood, his Muslim friends would point at black ants and call them Muslim ants, while the red venomous ones were called Hindu ants. Bangladeshi minorities have grown under constant psychological pressure, a reality that exists everywhere for minority communities. However, this reality differs significantly from the sensationalized portrayals in Indian media. After Hasina's regime collapsed, Indian media outlets like ABP Ananda published reports claiming Hindu women weren't safe in Bangladesh and couldn't go out wearing traditional religious accessories like shidur and shakha.
Shakhari Bazar.
আপনার এই শাখা সিঁদুর পরতে মানুষ বাইরে কোনো সমস্যা হয়?
না।
Deepak spoke with many Hindu women in Dhaka's Shakhari Bazar to investigate these claims. The allegations proved to be false. When former ISKCON leader Chinmoy Krishnadas was arrested on sedition charges in Bangladesh, violent clashes erupted between his supporters and the police. During these clashes, a lawyer named Saiful Islam was killed by protesters outside the Chattogram court. Some Indian media outlets incorrectly reported this as Chinmoy's lawyer was killed. By claiming that, Indian publications were pushing the narrative that Bangladesh was so hostile to Hindus that even the monk's lawyer had been killed. Republic Bangla, now banned in Bangladesh for publishing misinformation, published reports claiming that idols at Dhaka University's Jagannath Hall would be demolished by extremists. When Deepak visited the location, he found that nothing of that sort had happened. The idols remained intact. The extent of false reporting is surprising. From Hasina's government collapse to December 2024, at least 49 Indian media outlets propagated false reports about Bangladesh, with Republic Bangla topping the list. Fact-checking organization Rumor Scanner found that about 72% of social media accounts spreading misinformation against Bangladesh are located in India. Internationally recognized platforms like BBC and Al Jazeera have highlighted these rumors, and numerous fact-checking organizations have debunked these propagandas. Between August 4 and August 20, during the period of unrest around Hasina's government collapse, over 200 people were killed in violence. Among them were 9 Hindus. Indian media shows this as communal violence and Hindu genocide, and has spread a flood of misinformation. During the time when Bangladesh was working hard to counter misinformation coming from Indian media, the Bangladesh Hindu Buddhist Christian Unity Council, a minority rights group, published a misleading report on minority attacks. The report claims that 2,000 incidents of communal violence, including 9 Hindu deaths and 69 attacks on places of worship, occurred between August 4 to 20. However, Netro News's investigation into the most severe claims, the deaths of 9 Hindu men, confirmed they were politically and personally motivated, not religiously driven. This contradicts claims of a Hindu genocide made by several Indian media publications. According to Odikar's report, 29 Hindus were killed by Indian Border Security Forces (BSF) at the Bangladesh border during Hasina's regime. The documentary points out a troubling pattern. When Hindus were oppressed by Hasina's forces or had their properties grabbed during her regime, both the Hindu-Buddhist-Christian Unity Council and Indian media remained silent.
Was killed by the Indian border guard.
Experts suggest that India's exaggeration of attacks on minorities serves to support the ruling Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party's BJP attempts to protect itself as the protector of Hindus everywhere. This narrative also serves as a dog whistle to direct hate against Muslims in India, cynically implying that Muslims everywhere are hostile to Hindus.
আমার কাছে যেটা খুব আশ্চর্যের যে আমাদের দেশের মিডিয়া, বিশেষ করে ভারতীয় মিডিয়া, তারা কোথায় বাংলাদেশের এই রাজনৈতিক পট পরিবর্তনটাকে একদম সহজভাবে মেনে নিতে পারছে না।
Deepak interviewed Indian journalists to understand why Indian media runs such disinformation campaigns against Bangladesh. Some revealed that certain Indian media outlets couldn't accept the regime change easily. They had long been fed a narrative that the Awami League was the protector of Bangladeshi Hindus, while other political voices were portrayed as fundamentalists. While Indian media portrays Bangladesh as unsafe for minorities, the situation in India tells a different story. Since Narendra Modi's BJP came to power in 2014, India's 200+ million Muslims have faced lynchings by Hindu vigilante mobs targeting suspected cow traders, attacks on small Muslim-owned businesses, petitions filed against mosques, online auctions of Muslim women by internet trolls, and accusation of love jihad. Instances of hate speech against minorities jumped 74% in India in 2024, peaking during national elections. Muslims were targeted most, with 98.5% of recorded hate speech instances directed against them. 3/4 of anti-Muslim hate speech incidents were reported from BJP-ruled states. This misinformation campaign has tangible impacts, created hostility among Indians towards Bangladeshis, led to mob attacks on the Bangladeshi consulate in Agartala, resulted in boycotts of Bangladeshi customers by hospitals in Tripura and Kolkata, affected restaurants and hotels in Tripura. The distorted information doesn't just damage people-to-people ties. It has broader implications for the future relationships between these two neighbors. The barrage of misinformation is hurting trade and diplomatic ties between the countries. While Deepak's documentary acknowledges that Hindus in Bangladesh do face challenges,
বাংলাদেশের প্রতি কতটুকু ওনার দায়িত্ববোধ আছে এই প্রশ্নটা সবসময় দিতে হয়। সেই দৃষ্টিকোণ থেকে এখনো আমাদের যারা আমরা শুধু হিন্দু না, বৌদ্ধ বলেন, খ্রিস্টান বলেন,
such as having to constantly prove their patriotism and loyalty to Bangladesh, the Indian media's portrayal of a systematic persecution or genocide is baseless and vague.